What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new huge Jude Bellingham transfer update video because many newspapers are reporting that Liverpool held talks with Dortmund this month and also with Benfica regarding the possible transfer of Jude Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez. So we will have more on that later, but Liverpool are also handed a Jude Bellingham transfer boost after Carlo Ancelotti declared that Real Madrid have no interest in signing Bellingham. Real Madrid are planning to extend the contracts of Toni Kroos and also Luka Modric, the two players who many people thought that Bellingham could replace in the summer, and they are still going strong, they are still playing fantastically well for Real Madrid. So Real Madrid want to extend their contracts and they don't have an immediate place for Jude Bellingham in the Real Madrid midfield. And in a press conference talking to Spanish media, Carlo Ancelotti said there are a lot of youngsters like Enzo Fernandez, a lot of midfielders who are coming through, some of them Spanish. Bellingham is one of them, but I will stick with my midfielders who are very good, especially the youngsters like Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouaméni. We have a lot of young players, a lot of great young midfielders. So Liverpool might have a bigger chance to land Bellingham because Bellingham would want to go to a club where he plays regularly, where he starts straight away. That's why he went to Dortmund, where he knew that he will be guaranteed a playing time, and at Liverpool he would walk into the current Liverpool midfield. By the way, what is your prediction for the Brighton-Liverpool FA Cup game in the fourth round? Let me know in the comments below. Chelsea and Arsenal are already out of the FA Cup, so this could be a great chance for Liverpool to go far in the competition, but Brighton away is one of the toughest games of the season because Brighton are so good right now. So let me know your score prediction in the comments below and leave a like on this video if you enjoy these transfer update videos. And to stay up to date, keep being subscribed and turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC. And Jurgen Klopp said about Bellingham that he is so mature, he plays exceptional, he plays like a 28-year-old world-class midfielder. Everybody already knew his skills, but I have no idea what that means for the money side of it. He's very good, he's exceptional, he had an incredible World Cup, and Bellingham has 2.5 years left on his contract. So this summer, Dortmund have to sell him, otherwise they will risk losing him on a reduced transfer fee. When players enter the last year of their contract or are beginning to enter the last year of their contract, or they are close to that, then they will only demand 20-30% less transfer fee. So if Dortmund want to maximize their profit, they have to sell Bellingham at least in the summer, and Bellingham, it looks like, will want to leave and he will want to come back to England. Mark Bellingham, I think Bellingham's father, that's what he's called. He is a big admirer of Jordan Henderson and of Liverpool as well. And also many newspapers are claiming that Liverpool will have the financial power to agree a transfer fee of around 110 million pounds for Jude Bellingham. The Spanish media outlet also mentioned that Real Madrid are of course keen on signing Bellingham, but they are in the process of giving Toni Kroos a new contract. They are also thinking about handing Luka Modric an extension. The Croatian will turn 38 years old in September, but still he has been highly consistent for Real Madrid. And in such a scenario, just like in the case of Mbappe, the Spanish outlets are claiming that it is not guaranteed that Real Madrid will be able to sign Bellingham for Real Madrid. Apart from Liverpool in the Premier League, it is reported that even Chelsea are trying to sign Bellingham, of course, because Chelsea are trying to sign every player in the transfer market, it seems. If I had a choice between Enzo Fernandez and Jude Bellingham, I would choose Jude Bellingham any day of the week because he's English, he's a big fan of Jordan Henderson, he's a huge fan of Steven Gerrard, and he would be, I think, a perfect but potentially future captain material player to play for Liverpool. And also just to update you guys on the Moises Caicedo transfer situation, Brighton again said categorically that he is not for sale, but they also removed Moises Caicedo from the squad that will face Liverpool because they want to wait until the end of the transfer window, until the January transfer window slams shut. So all this transfer speculation doesn't mess with Moises Caicedo's head, because that could affect his performance on the pitch. So at the moment, even Arsenal or Chelsea who are bidding for Caicedo, it looks like they won't sign him. And I think even though Liverpool need Moises Caicedo, he's not worth 70-75 million. I mean, Brighton already rejected the 60 million pound bid from Arsenal for Caicedo, and Liverpool are not willing to sign Caicedo for 65-70 million, because then we won't be able to have enough money left over for the summer transfer window to sign Bellingham and other midfielders. And if you look at Moises Caicedo's qualities, he's brilliant, but he's not 75 million pound midfielder brilliant, because he ranks 5th in the Premier League for tackles with 52 tackles, and he sits just 6 spots ahead of Everton's Onana in terms of interceptions. Caicedo is also ranked 16th in the Premier League with 26 registered interceptions, still more than any Liverpool player, but by no means something that should see a club held ransom for Caicedo's signature. And yes, at 20 years old, he still has bags of potential, bags of room, a lot of room for improvement. But I don't think he's worth 75 million, that's the bottom line. And it can be very frustrating for Liverpool fans right now to see that all the other clubs that Liverpool are rivals to are signing players left, right and centre, except maybe Man United. And that's also telling, because Man United are also in the process of getting sold by their owners, and their owners are not willing to sanction any transfer deals. I think that's very telling, even though Man United would want to strengthen in the transfer window. They only signed Weghorst on loan, which is almost a free transfer, and otherwise they are not spending any money. And I find it quite ironic and funny that the Man United fans are really mad and disappointed at their owners, even though they spent 280 million pounds in the summer. They are still upset that they are not spending more in the January transfer window. Then what should Liverpool fans say? And I think we should say FSG out 100%. And there is still a big divide among Liverpool fans, especially on Twitter, between people who want FSG to stay and people who want FSG to go. If you want FSG to stay, then you are in for a rough ride, because Liverpool are in serious decline. They are in free fall at the moment, and Jurgen Klopp is a miracle worker, but he can't work miracles with the current crop of midfielders that Liverpool have. And Liverpool's next run of fixtures are absolutely crucial. We will play Brighton and then Wolves, and also play Everton, Real Madrid, Newcastle United. So Liverpool have huge games, and not easy games coming up. So we really need to be on our A game. Our next 3 home games are Everton, Real Madrid and Manchester United. And away from home we also go to Brighton, Wolves and Newcastle. 3 very tough grounds, especially Brighton and Newcastle, 2 of the toughest away games of the season, and Wolves away with their new manager, Lopetegui. They are really catching a form, and they are signing players in the January transfer window, strengthening, so that will be a tough game as well. And according to some English media outlets, Dortmund are happy to sell Bellingham if most of the 100 million pound transfer fee will arrive up front and not in installments, because then they can straight away strengthen their team with new players in the summer transfer window. So let me know, guys, do you think Liverpool should spend 100 million on Bellingham, or if Dortmund ask for 130 million, should Liverpool spend that amount? I think we have gone all in for Bellingham, so whatever Dortmund is asking, Liverpool absolutely have to pay that, because if we miss out on Bellingham, then we will be absolutely left behind, and it will the Liverpool midfield, whoever we sign, will not be as good as if we signed Bellingham. He's a generational talent, and honestly, even at 120 million pounds, I think he would be worth it, because if you look at if in 8 or 9 years, if Liverpool win 10 trophies in the next 8 years with Jude Bellingham in the team, and he's captaining the side, and he's the leader, and he's scoring 10, 15, maybe even 20 goals a season from midfield, he will be easily worth 120 million. Liverpool's revenues are very high, and yes, our wage bill is pretty high as well, but we can afford to spend on Bellingham because we haven't spent money on a lot of players in the last 2 or 3 years. Our net spend is very, very low, and also you have to consider Arsenal spent a lot more than 120 million recently on players in the past 18 months, and they are not even in the Champions League. They haven't been in the Champions League for 5 years, and Arsenal are outspending Liverpool. So there is absolutely no excuse for Liverpool to spend and to recruit Jude Bellingham. And Jurgen Klopp apologized for Liverpool's poor season so far, and fair play to him. Jurgen Klopp said, "I knew that this season will be difficult. Absolutely, last year was super intense, much longer than we could have expected, because who expects to get into 4 cup finals? That it would be difficult was clear, but with lesser injuries we could easily have 4 or 5 points more. We still don't play a brilliant season, but we would be around fighting for the Champions League, and that's a normal season. I didn't become a bad manager overnight," Jurgen Klopp said. "I will never be as good as people probably said, and not as bad as some people might think, but imagine we win all 4 trophies and I say, see you all later. Imagine you see a different face here and he tells you all these things. No one would listen to him. It's tough, I'm sorry, but we will go for it with all we have to get out of it, and then to do it in a way that people can't wait to go to the stadium again." So Liverpool want to be exciting again, they want to play exciting football again. Now you behave and how you deal with the situation in these moments decides about the future as well. And Jurgen Klopp also talked about his legacy, that in 10 or 20 years people will look back and say it was absolutely great. We got to all these cup finals, we won all the trophies that are available to win, which is something that no other Liverpool manager in history has done. No Liverpool manager previously have won the Premier League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Champions League, the European Super Cup, and the Club World Cup, and the Community Shield. So all 7 competitions that Liverpool could potentially enter, Jurgen Klopp has been there and done it, and got the t-shirt. So it's an absolutely incredible legacy, and I think if it wasn't for Manchester City's cheating, cooking the books on financial fair play and cheating the financial fair play rules, Liverpool would be 3 times Premier League champions, and they would have deserved it. Man City should get points deducted, just like Juventus in the Serie A, but the Premier League is corrupt. All they care about is their PR image and money. They don't care about the sporting integrity of the Premier League. Jurgen Klopp also said, who cares about legacy now? Couldn't care less. I don't think for a second that we won the Champions League right now. In years to come I will think about it, but the tough stuff is to explain something which is not very positive. So who wants to have these conversations? Because it sounds like excuses which I don't go for. So let's try and make the best of this season. We are still in the FA Cup, we are still in the Champions League, we are still fighting in the Premier League to finish as high as possible. So come on Liverpool, let's knock Brighton out and let's progress in the FA Cup. It's a hugely important game and I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully without Caicedo, Brighton will not be as strong as they were a few weeks ago in the Premier League, and hopefully Liverpool will be much better. We can't be any worse than what we were against Brighton. So I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching guys, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.